I'll just go like that. Hey everyone, welcome to a sad episode of CU Reactions. I think it's safe to say that it's a sad episode because we only have resident Barca fans in the house from Sports Entertainment Weekly team. Uh, VS are Chelsea fan and who would have probably been a more neutral voice in the episode is out today. But hopefully we managed last minute substitute with Gautam from Football Pechu joining us for our special El Clásico reactions episode. Hey Gautam, thanks for joining us. I think you're one of our first few guests on the show. Do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, once again, thanks for having me. I'm Gautam from we run a football channel called Football Pechu on YouTube as well. Do check it out if you guys are interested in following football content, just like these guys. Thanks for having me. Very glad to be one of the first few guests and happy to be doing this episode. Let's see how it goes.
So it could have gone really better if football were an 85-minute game instead of 90-minute game. And Dev and I would have been spared of so many heartbreaks and heartaches for what, 7, 8 years now, Dev?
Yeah, God. We have seen some dark times, some really dark times. But I cannot even compare, like, which one would be worse, the Messi leaving one or the 8-2. There are so many choices, right? So, God.
Well, we
This
have
is
a new
not
friend
as
in the
dark.
chat tonight. Yeah.
This is not as dark of a
Gautam,
day.
so
It's just
we
a
want
loss.
you to be the voice of reason here because I'm pretty sure we are going to head into a downward spiral very soon when we get to the tactics and how the game goes. So we hope you are up to that challenge.
That's fine. I mean, I am a neutral supporter here, so I support Liverpool. So I know what we did to you guys few years back. So that's fine. Everyone has those
We,
days. This gives
but
me an opportunity to remind you guys of that game. But I mean, coming to today's game, see, we did a preview to the game on our channel. You can check it out if you guys are really interested in it. And I was very specific before I joined, before we actually started the stream. I was telling Dave the same thing. See, I knew your midfield can't catch their midfield. I was very sure about that because their midfield can play in a variety of formations put together. Depends on what Ancelotti wants to use. He has a variety of options to pick from. So in that aspect, that's why I said Romeo is not going to challenge Real Madrid midfield.
Yeah.
That is not going to happen at any cost.
No, definitely not. Like, that is why I think he took the right choice, like we were discussing, took the right choice to have Gavi in midfield along with Gundogan. And it worked. It actually was working really well till like 70th minute almost. But you could see that certain players were getting tired as well. Fermin Lopez has played a lot of football over the past 1 week, has been very instrumental, and he was very good till the first 60 minutes almost. Then you could see that he was losing steam. He wasn't able to press as aggressively as he was doing in the first half, because I think in the first half, Fermin Lopez absolutely cooked Tony Cruz. He absolutely turned him again and again and again. Same move again and again. He kept hitting him. Till like 60th minute, he was really good. Poor kid got tired, and he should have been replaced by an attacking substitute. Someone like Rafinha maybe could have come in and slotted in that region of the midfield and tried to take the game to Real Madrid, because against Real Madrid, 1-0 is never a safe result. You cannot sit on that against Real Madrid.
It's not a safe result.
Interesting.
But what I expected Xavi to do is, you guys are already compact. It was working perfectly. Yes, okay, Fermin Lopez has become tired. So what you need to ideally do at this moment is not replace your six. Because what Gavi pulled off in the first half was nothing short of incredible. He had so many crossovers that were blocked by him. He made the necessary fouls where all to pick fouls and give away the fouls. He did that. He stopped Bellingham. He stopped Valverde as well. They had hardly any time on the ball to even turn and even try to pick out a pass. he was doing the number 6 role perfectly. Now, what I don't understand is, okay, you want to break an attacking substitution and bring on Lewandowski is fine. Okay, you want to bring on Lewandowski and you brought off Ferran Torres. What Ferran Torres was doing off the ball, Lewandowski will not do off the ball. So you need to compensate for what you removed Ferran Torres with someone who's going to do something off the ball. When you bring on Romeu and you ask Gavi to go into the right center midfield and put on Rafinha in the right wing position, you're essentially asking Real Madrid to come at you. You see the goal that Bellingham scored, the first goal. Until you guys were absolutely beautifully playing the game, no one closed him down. It's essentially because Romeu doesn't have the speed to go and close him down. If there was Gavi at that position, he would have just closed him down and obviously have made Bellingham do something else. He would have taken a shot yet, but it would have not been on target. It would have been an easy save for Ter Stegen, something, right? Romeu is not that person. So
Gavi just should have fouled him actually, and that would have been actually fine. Like, let him get a yellow card. It's a Clasíco. Win the game.
It's not about fouling him or whatnot. It's basically about disrupting him. Don't let him take the shot from the distance, because he's on this purple patch, orange patch, whatever you want to call it. He's on this beautiful patch that I've not seen anyone at Real Madrid have in their early stages in their career. Not even Ronaldo. I mean, Ronaldo scored goals, but not these many goals. That too, this guy is a midfielder for all sorts. So he's in this beautiful patch.
If you remember, Barca had this problem even in the first half, even when we were killing it. I think it was one Antonio Rudiger shot which he just keyed. Throughout the season, I don't have the statistics to back up, but I'm pretty sure more than 50% of our goals have come from letting a midfielder just walk into our attacking, our defensive box, and we give them all the time in the world. Like, they could go order a burger from McDonald's, come back and still take the shot, and we wouldn't have closed them down. They would have either shot on goal and it would have gone in like what Bellingham did today, or they would have found the man on one of the wings who cut back for a tap in. And time and again, that has been a defensive lapse from Barcelona. And today, well, if you're gonna do that against Jude fucking Bellingham, obviously you're gonna get punished.
No, especially because, like, in the previous games, just to counter that, because Barca were conceding so many counters, etc., with Cancelo and Balde as fullbacks, he put Ronald Araujo behind Cancelo. He played with one less attacker just to compensate for those type of counters being conceded against Real Madrid, because Real Madrid will punish you. And even after that, if you are losing the game because the press did not work, it's very frustrating, because about 70% of the game you absolutely outplayed the opponent. But you need to finish games at this level. You need that killer instinct. I don't know. Yeah, Barca were also a bit unlucky. Two times Barca hit the post. Once with Fermin Lopez in the first half. The second one was Inigo Martinez, if I am not wrong, of a header. It was a bit of luck also not going Barca's way, because I think in European top 5 leagues, I think Barca has one of the highest XGs as well this season. So creation isn't the problem, finishing is the problem, and it has been for a while. They have been getting away with it. Today, Real Madrid showed the deficiency there.
I think it's also down to the fact that, none of the teams can match Real Madrid's mentality. And why I'm saying this is, last year we took a 2-0 lead against them inside 20 minutes. And I have not seen, I've been watching football for the last 15 years. I have not seen any team who's gone down 2 goals to come back from that at Anfield and score 5. That has never happened in my lifetime. So I think just before this game, Chouameni had an interview, and Chouameni said the same thing. He said, playing for Real Madrid is not about your skills. It's not about how you understand the game. It's not about how you play the game. It's much more than that. It's you have to have an incredibly high mentality to play for Real Madrid. That is something, because as fans of Real Madrid, they expect nothing less than victory. They have to win the Champions League. They have to win the La Liga. That is for them a minimum constraint that their fans place on them. So I would say it's basically it's very difficult for them to like how to say to not perform, and the drubbing they took against Man City last year, they'll not forget that. So that's how Real Madrid are. They keep going until the end. You see, Bellingham, he had absolutely nothing for 60 minutes, right? You see how the guy turned up after 60 minutes. You wouldn't believe this
Yeah.
guy was playing from the first whistle. That's generally who Real Madrid are. They never back down. I mean, I have not seen the Real Madrids of the old. Even when Ronaldo was there, I've not seriously followed Real Madrid at that point in time. But now, over the past 2 seasons or 3 seasons, it's been, especially after Ronaldo left, they've grown into some sort of new beast or something with the mentality that they have. That is Real Madrid for you. You just can't take the mentality out of it. They may play bad, they may give so many goals away, but they'll always be in the game.
Yeah, and they don't care how they get there, right? So it's not like Barcelona with their aesthetics. So it doesn't matter if we lose games as long as we have possession. Dave, do you remember one of the infamous Barcelona games that we won, but we had less than 50% possession? I forgot who was our coach at the time. May have been Valverde or Setien, and we
Yeah.
absolutely, stripped down the team and the coach for that performance. And contrast that with how Real Madrid approaches it today, and every freaking knockouts in the UCL the last 7 or 8 years is a testament. They absolutely don't care if they get embarrassed, they get washed for good 60, 70 minutes.
See,
They know the game is 90 minutes. They don't mind playing the waiting game. And there is this Roman Catholic way of looking at things, right? Like, for you to earn good things in life, you have to be willing to suffer. And
see, Chris. See, Chris.
nobody embodies that spirit in real.
Yeah, see, Chris, but as a from a purely Barca perspective, I wouldn't take this loss too hard because I don't think the team is still formed yet. The team was like even we did a prediction before the game. I and Chris just today morning, and we are talking about this game, and we are saying that how in this game even a draw is fine considering the players that Barca are missing out. So, in that sense, I'm not too disheartened. I think once better players are back, hopefully by the end of this month, Barca will pick up form, especially going into the new year. Uh, and this loss is not exactly the end of the world. Like Barca might still just go on and win the league. El Clásico is one of the few games where home advantage does not really matter. So if it is an El Clásico at Santiago Bernabéu, Barcelona has as good of a chance of winning as Real Madrid, and hopefully by then the team will be
No,
fit
I think it's the
completely.
nature of the defeat there. That's what stings, right? So it's the same, you know,
True.
poison of a portion that we have come used to, right? Like, I wouldn't have minded if they were up one, you know,
He went off.
by half time. Look at Man City. Just do that to our 90th minute. Give us hope. With the starting lineup, with the players that we were missing, I would have absolutely settled for a draw, or I wouldn't have even minded a loss. But it's the Jude Bellingham late goal. It's Madrid
See,
being
no,
absolutely
see.
dead in the water for the 80, 85 minutes of the game, then deciding.
It's okay. I mean, I wouldn't. I'm still not taking this loss way too. Like, it's sad. I think it is sad. I think that they got away with it. Had Barca been more ruthless, like we were discussing, had Barca been more ruthless in front of goal, I hope Xavi drop kicks Joao Cancelo in the face. Honestly speaking, I don't care. I hope he drop kicks him in the face. God, very frustrating. Very frustrating. He thinks
You
of
can't.
himself as he is Danny Alves, man. Like, that is the irritating part. He actually thinks of himself as the next Danny Alves region or Iniesta region or something. Do the basics right.
Yeah, one of
When
my
he does
favorite
not think of
football.
yeah.
Sorry
Please
to
go
cut
ahead.
you there. One of my favorite quotes in football is the problem with Joao Cancelo is he's good, but he thinks he's amazing. That sums up
Yeah,
Cancelo and his time at City, Bayern, and this game more than any other game. Uh,
yeah.
No,
yeah,
I mean
I think like
he was really good at Man City. There's no contemplating that. He was really good. Why he was phased out is there was an argument between him and Pep, which is why Pep phased him out. There was nothing else with his footballing ability to say that's why he went out. No, it was purely down to some sort of an argument they had, which he was not willing to have, which Cancelo went against him. And we know with managers like Pep and with managers like Klopp, that's it. You give one instance for them to say it's not going to work. You will never see them wear the jersey again, regardless of how important of a player they are, and they'll find ways to replace it. Time and again, Klopp and Pep have shown this is how we are going to operate. And now every manager is taking that stance. For example, if you see Eric Ten Hag now with Jadon Sancho, that is what he's doing. He said, "You want to go out? I'm going to banish you. Go do with the youngsters whatever you want. You apologize to me or to the whole team, whatever. And then you come back." And Sancho's like, "Nah, whatever that's going on in the background." But see, every fullback will have 4 or 5 chances to miss. That is not going to. If you want to blame it completely on Cancelo for missing the chances, you can blame it on Javi for not implementing what he did in the first 60 minutes. That can also
That is
be
true.
even. And you have to be, like Dave said, you have to be realistic. No, none of the Barcelona fans expected to win this game outright. The max that you guys were expecting were a draw. And
Draw.
you are really disappointed just because, like Chris said, it happened after in injury time. That's when you lost it. If this game ended in a draw, you guys would have been very satisfied. Like, okay, we didn't lose
Yeah.
this game. Regardless of what happened, we didn't lose this game, and we actually dominated the game for the most part of it, and we ended up having it as a draw, which is fine. So just because you lost it in the
But
90th minute with one moment of just a lapse,
you could,
so it's nothing to be like
yeah,
Dave said. There's nothing to be worried here, to be honest.
Yeah, actually, you could see it even the starting lineup. It was more of a control-based lineup, not a more attacking lineup. There was no Lamine Yamal on the right wing. It was Cancelo. It was more to keep the ball in midfield and circulate it and keep control, score a goal, and try to score another. But mostly not one of those games when you can find Barca sweeping through from left to right in one single move, which is something they have been doing in the past couple of weeks. They have conceded, but they have scored more than the opposition, so they have won. In this game, Xavi went more for a control-based system. We will keep the ball in circulation and we'll keep the possession. But it took away a little bit of attacking impetus, and some bad substitutions as well, like Gautam mentioned, lost us the game.
well, good to know that you two don't think it is the end of the world and end of the road for Barcelona and the title charge. I'm guessing we would be what 5 points behind Madrid after this. How does the table look?
I think 4 points or something behind, right? Yeah, 4 points behind.
4 points.
4 points, yeah. Oh wow, 4 points. That means we need Madrid to slip up, but still very early days.
It's a long season. It's a long season.
Anything? Do you think Madrid
Happens.
fans would be happy? Do you think Madrid fans should get carried away with the result? I know they've like you have always been critical of Madrid's performances this season and their squad being thinner than a Haldiram's chips packet. And again, I think today it showed. I think Joselo would have actually buried the game. Oh, sorry. If it were Benzema in place of Joselo, the game would have ended in the 80th minute instead of it requiring Bellingham magic in injury time. What do you think they are thinking?
Uh, See, they have this you guys mentioned, they have this juju sort of a thing, right? That comes. So if I am a Real Madrid fan, I'm like, okay, Bellingham is playing. Bellingham, as long as Bellingham keeps scoring, I'm going to enjoy my days. Maybe he will have one of those seasons which Benzema had, where he finished just about everything he got, and like they won the Champions League purely through Benzema magic. So if I'm a Madrid fan, I'm believing that he's having one of those seasons, and he's winning the Ballon d'Or next season. Honestly, as long as it carries on. But I'm not sure. Like they have their deficiencies. Barca showed them. I think a better Barca team would have been more in the game, or would have finished the game earlier. A fitter Lewandowski, maybe. Because Lewandowski clearly wasn't fully fit to come back. I do not know why he put him in the pitch. If he didn't run, he could not run.
Your
either.
thoughts?
So,
No, I think I feel the same about Real Madrid. They've got a very good squad, and like you guys said, Joselu is going to take time. I mean, the modern footballing world wants everyone to perform from the first minute they put on the shirt. That's not going to happen.
Well,
For example, yes, Bellingham is doing it fine. See, he's doing it. What he is doing is that's what we're saying. It's sensational to come into this team as a midfielder who's already scored 10 goals in La Liga alone. Is what 10, 11 games he scored 10 goals, and he's a midfielder of all sorts. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. See, if someone does the extraordinary, we praise him. But if someone doesn't do the ordinary, we have to give him the time. And Joselu will take time. You're expecting Joselu to be the Benzema. How can Benzema stayed in Real Madrid for 10 years, 10, 12 years?
yeah.
And then that's how he became Benzema. Benzema became Benzema in the last 2 years of his Real Madrid career. He wasn't Benzema when Ronaldo was there. Hardly anyone even noticed Benzema when Ronaldo was there. Only when Ronaldo left, he became the Benzema. So, as far as Real Madrid are concerned, this is a big win for them because El Clásico is an El Clásico. Regardless of if a poor Barcelona side turns up, if a good Barcelona side turns up, they don't care. They win. That's it. And then they are 4 points ahead. But I'd say they are far more equipped than Barcelona to win the La Liga this time. I know it's very, very early, but they are far more equipped to win, is what my feeling is. Because you guys get injured like a bunch. One player get injured, all the 4 will go sit down.
Yeah.
So
that is a problem, yes.
You can't keep a fit team for 38 games. And you will throw away points wherein you feel when you start the game, you'll be like, it's going to be an easy win. You'll end up losing the game or you'll end up drawing the game. You guys only don't know which game you will win, which game you will lose. That is so inconsistent. that is
harsh because we won the league.
Yeah, exactly. That last season
grinding out wins
is beyond me. I have no idea how you guys won the league last season. That's because Real Madrid played
grinding
so
out
badly.
wins, man. No, we got grinded out wins, man. Like absolutely grinded out wins.
Yeah, so many results you took it till the end and you put a goal and you won. There were so many results like that last season, right?
Yeah.
Even this season early on, you were criticizing Cancelo. Cancelo won you a game like a month ago. In the 88th minute or something.
He did.
Yeah.
That does not discount his performance in this game, right?
Yeah, what I'm trying to say is
he played well in that game.
People will have good days, people will have bad days. But as far as I'm concerned, early on the season, Real Madrid are far more equipped than you guys. But you try to keep taking the game until the end and try to snatch a point at the end will not work for you guys with this Real Madrid team. You have to, I think Dave or Chris, someone said, you have to be more ruthless. And you guys as fans understand that. You have to keep putting the games to bed early on. You have to keep taking your chances.
Yeah.
You don't take your chances at the end. Some team which are very low in the La Liga also could come and corner up, or just a corner, they could score a goal and they could end the game on a draw. So Yeah.
It's very
However, it
thin
is.
margins in this level. Very
Yeah.
thin margins in this level. You cannot afford a slip up. You cannot miss chances. If you miss chances, the other team will take it. That's what will probably likely stop Barca into going into deeper in this UCL. I think they will get into quarters maybe, but beyond that, I don't see because these finer margins. That's why I'm saying the team isn't cooked properly yet. It's not. It hasn't formed properly yet because of all the injuries and interruptions. Hopefully, as the season goes on, we'll see a better Barca.
Yeah. Again,
Yeah,
once
I
again,
think my
thanks.
message is something that
Yeah. Thanks for having me, and hope
Gautam
you
said.
guys do. Hope you guys do similar content, and you guys are doing cricket and WWE as well. So yeah, hopefully you make this big, and wishing you nothing but the best. But we might meet once again sometime in the future, and all the best to you guys.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. Hopefully next time when we meet, we'll be in the same.
It will be for a happier, maybe